Hi there, friends. We welcome you. In this video, we're going to be considering some of the spiritual gems for this week, November 20 to 26, 2023. We have some examples of comments we find out in this week's Bible reading, Job 18 and 19, two chapters. And thanks for visiting. And now let's jump right in. We have the first one. It's in Job 19, 1 and 2. And it says, Job said in reply, "How long will you keep irritating my soul, crushing me with words?" So the question, what lesson can we learn from Job's reaction to the uncompassionate words of his friends? So they are an example for us of what we never should do to our brothers and sisters in the congregation. Never should we cause a fellow servant of God to cry out in distress because of our thoughtless and unkind words. A Bible proverb warns, "What you say can preserve life or destroy it, so you must accept the consequences of your words." Proverbs 18:21. So we must be careful with our words when we are talking with our brothers and sisters, especially if they are having a hard time, or avoid sarcastic or pointing out their faults, etc. Okay, now let's move on to the second question. What spiritual gems from this week's Bible reading would you like to share regarding Jehovah, the field ministry, or something else? Let's find out. Number 1. In Job 18:2, it says about how long before you stop making such speeches, show some understanding so that we may then speak. So it says about show understanding when they are speaking, and this teaches us how important it is to show understanding, good judgment before speaking. When we are speaking with others, instead of saying the first thing that comes to our mind, and it's good to think about the effect of our words in others. Number 2, Job 18:5, this verse says, "The light of the wicked will be extinguished, and the flame of his fire won't shine." So the main point is, no matter how much wicked people advance in life, at the end, their light will be extinguished, says this verse. And a clear example of this is the many famous people in this world, in this system, and sometimes they reach the top of their career, but they have to pay a big price for it. They lost their soul. So no doubt, Jehovah protects us and wants us to see well. Number 3, Job 18:8, 9. These verses says, "For his feet will lead him into a net, and he will wander onto its mesh. A trap will seize him by the heel, a snare will catch him." So speaks of those who fall into a net, of those who fall into a trap. And this makes us think about the care we must take when we are using the internet without realizing we could fall into the net, using the net into a trap. And there is so much content inappropriate for Christians, for us. Instead of that, we must be wise when we are using the internet without falling into the net. Number 4. Job 18:10. This verse says, a robe is hiding for him on the ground, and a trap lies in his path. So we must be careful of the hidden traps on our path through life, a very subtle trap that can affect us without realizing is pride, excess of confidence in ourselves, thinking that we already know everything and we don't need anything from anyone. And when we fall into these traps is when we crashed. Number 5. Job 19 verse 2 says, how long will you keep irritating my soul, crushing me with words? And we can think about Job. He was someone who encouraged and helped others. If someone was in need, Job used to be there to give a hand. And the thing is, when he was in needed, when he needed some encouragement, no one was there helping him. But despite everything, he remained determined to continue doing what is right, and this motivates us not to stop doing what is right just because others don't appreciate our kindness, our efforts. At the end, Jehovah and Jesus Christ, they are aware and they promise to reward our faithful service, our faithful, loyalful actions. Number 6. Job 19:4. This says, and if indeed I made a mistake, my error remains with me. This reminds us that each of us must carry our own load of responsibility of our own actions. And sometimes our actions just not affects us, it affects others. Number 7. Job 19:2. The same scripture can help us to examine ourselves and ask ourselves about the effect of our words in others. Are we encouraging them? Are we congratulate and thank them for their efforts? Or instead of that, are we criticizing them and pointing out their faults or mistakes? No doubt, we want to be friends instead of enemies of our brothers. And one way to show that we are friends is with kind words, encouraging words. Number 8. Job 19:7 says, look, I keep crying out violence, but I get no answer. I keep crying for help, but there is no justice. So Job was crying out for help and no one answered him. This teaches us about being alert when our brothers and sisters need help. Like we learned this week, never abandon our fellow friends if we see that they get sick or go through some difficulties. We can offer a hand, and instead of just leaving them alone in their own tribulations. Number 9. Job 19:17. It says, my very breath has become loathsome to my wife, and I'm stench to my own brothers. So we understand his circumstances, but a practical lesson that we might learn from this is how important it is to take care of our personal grooming at all times, especially when we go to meetings and the service, the field service. We need to wear some perfume or lotion and avoid bad odors and avoid bad breath, etc. This might sound funny, but it happens, and sometimes we don't realize that that's been happening to us, and we need to take care of these small details. Number 10, Job 17, 2 to 4. Oh, sorry. That's it. That's it, brothers. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your patience with my English. Hope I could transmit the idea, the main points of these spiritual gems. And thanks for watching. Thanks for visiting. And we hope to see you next time. And if you like this video, please subscribe to our channel. And take care. Be safe. And see you.